Hello and welcome back to Lore Fact Anime Plays Neverwinter Night's Enhanced Edition Wyvern Crown Cormyr. I'm your host Morfen. In this Neverwinter Night's Enhanced Edition Wyvern Crown Cormyr side quest video guide, we're going through the side quests in this module. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget notification bells to be updated and more. Before I tell everybody what's in this guide and what's not in this guide, let me tell everybody what my character is. But first of all, while I was doing this entire game, my character is a lawful good fighter, weapon master, and purple dragon knight. So there'll be a lot of good choices and a lot of lawful choices. So if you're not any of those alignments, when you see those choices happening, just do the exact opposite I did and you'll be okay for the most part. Now, what's in this guide is going to be most of the quests in here. So I marked them accordingly, depending on where you're at some point in the module. Yeah, there's a lot of them that are missable, so definitely use that as a guideline too. Now, what's not in this guide is going to be most of the main quests, because that's just common sense there. I will put a note about the piracy one, since you could leave it in your journal, and that's not a good thing. I'll show you how to complete that, at least for one part. Now, the Kathyrn one is an unmarked one that's not in there. It's just simply talk to her when you get her, and anytime you get through the areas of the module. Eventually, you'll probably get ambushed during a travel. However, you get plenty of loot for that. Now, I didn't do the stolen horse one because my horse died at the fort, but I heard there's a stolen horse side quest. And when you get out of the fort, you see some thieves with a war horse. If your character has a war horse, you kill the thieves. If you don't have a war horse, I guess the horse is good as gone. Other than that, just use my timestamps to guide you through this module if you feel like you're going to miss some. There are a lot of missable side quests during the course of this module. And one more thing, I will show you all 4 locations of the shard for a weapon of a true knight. So let's go ahead and start with the first set of side quests. We're going to go ahead and start out at the ruined farm, aka your ruined home. So when everybody's together in a party, the very first thing you want to do is start off with the family grave side quest. Now this side quest is highly missable because there's 2 key items you do need to get. Number 1, you're going to need to get the will, and number 2, you're going to need to get the head. I believe if you don't get the head, you probably won't move on. But still, you need to grab the 2. So first thing you need to do is go this direction. Now, there will be a trigger. I think it's a 99% success rate on the key on the ground. It's like a give me. So get the give me item, which is your father's key. Grab the key. Go open the chest. The will is inside. Grab everything in and grab the will. This will start family grave side quests. Once you do that, I'll just show you this now. Then you do is grab the head. Once you get the head, then you're ready to use it later on during the course of this module. Let's go ahead and get it, and there you go. Now that's out of the way. The second side quest we're going to go ahead and grab is Weapon of a True Knight. This has one of the 4 shards. There's total 4 shards in this quest you need to get. We got the first shard. This will start it off. If you do not grab the shard, you'll highly miss out on this item. It's very important to get all 4 shards. This video guide will show you where all 4 locations at exactly. So now we got 2 side quests down already to start. So we're going to go to the next part of this guide, which is Morfen. That is the village nearby. For the next step, we're going to go ahead and go over 3 quests. One's an actual optional update, and 2 does start here. Good news is the first one is the Apprentice slave. You can complete this while you're in Morfen. Now, speaking of Morfen, you want to make sure you not only be able to do the 2 quests from the previous area, or actually by starting them, but you want to be able to go ahead do 2 more quests here. And if you want to do the optional step for Weapon of a True Knight, you can. We'll show you that in this video. So the first quest we're going to do is the Apprentice slave. You enter this building. Very simple. Now, since I'm lawful good on this character, I'm going to be picking the lawful good options. Now, if you have the good options, then yeah, there's an option for donating gold. You want to do that. It'll raise a point in goodness. Now, you don't want to donate. Yeah, you can become evil and do that too. Like I said before, I'm going to say it again throughout this video. Save before talking to any NPCs. In fact, you should save every time when you get to a new area, because you may never know. So now we got the Apprentice slave. So our Dwarven Smith here, Landro, wants us to speak to a matron so this way he gets paid more money. Yeah, that is right. He wants more money. He feels like he's a slave. So this is the good option we're going to do is by give 5 pieces of gold. Or 5 gold lions, as they call it in this module. Now, your party members will interject during this, of course. Godfrey will love you doing that, while Jonas hates you doing that. So the deal is if you're doing, donating the gold, you get the good alignment. You get experience points for playing your alignment, so keep that in mind. So you need to do is talk to our Dwarven Smith friend here. He'll give you more information and plus the location of the matron. We're going to be doing that definitely for this part of the video. In fact, we're going to go through the entire quest, since you could do this in Morfen complete in one go without worrying about, leaving and having it linger in your, we call it journal later on. So we're going to just click this option, so he'll give us the exact address, which we're going to be looking for a wheelbarrow. That's very important to know this. So we're going to go ahead and keep on selecting that to update the journal and say we're on our way. We can also say why don't you steal too, but it's up to you on that. Since I'm lawful good, I'm not going to suggest stealing, since that's kind of like breaking the law. So now from the Dwarven Smith, keep on going. There's like some kind of fruit tree that's close by. There's a wheelbarrow. Now, good idea to save your game. I'm going to repeat that because there's different steps and different ways to complete this quest, which is extremely important. Now, if you're like evil, then yeah, go ahead and do the intimidate, definitely, if you have points intimidation or persuade. Me, I'm lawful good, so be open when you talk to his matron. It's very important. Also, be nice too, because there's an extra step you can get for a weapon of a true knight quest. Yeah, that's correct. So for now, is we're going to be open-minded. Say, what do you mean? Just keep on talking to her. Make sure you're very nice. If you want to rush, they say, perhaps I have been too hastily. You also could tell her why he asked you to go see her. Which one of them was he promised of a weapon, and then, of course, we were going to say, no, he was not drunk, too. So we're being truthful about that, yeah. The Dwarven Smith was not drunk. Now, this is the other 2 options, persuade and intimidate, if you want to force her to, give that dwarf an extra pay. However, you'll be locked out of a weapon of a true knight, because she'll be angry at you. Now, if you're evil, yeah, intimidate's the way to go. Now, I decided to be nice to the update on that, so this way now she'll be reasonable. And also, now she's going to ask for your help to get our dwarven friend to stop drinking. Yeah. You see, the apprentice didn't tell you exactly why he wanted a raise. Sounds like he's using that for money. His drinking money. So, now we got that step done, and we got some experience points on alignment towards good, because we didn't be mean. And because of that, we have another option open. This option's optional, which is Weapon of a True Knight quest. Now, the deal is we're trying to figure out where to forge this broken sword we got from our farmhouse. Or say the ruined home, I call it. So pick this option, I just did. And then, of course, before I go, I have a question. Pick this one. And she'll tell you the bad news that she cannot forge the weapon, unfortunately. So that means Morfen's out of the way. Don't worry, we'll be able to get the proper location. Also, where we get to forge the weapon. But you do not want to forge it with one shard. No. We'll do more of that later on, though. So just keep on talking to her. This is just for dialogue at this point. And we're going to try to finish this up. Hit the continue. And if you want to go for another question, that's fine. But we're going to go ahead and say, well, thanks, goodbye then. Now we don't have no more need to visit her. Now, you can visit the wizard in Morfen, but that's just for dialogue. And, of course, the module's history, of course. So our next stop is we're going to go ahead and finish up the Apprentice Slave quest. So we're going to go into this tavern, this location. Here we're at. So I'm going to say make a save because you're going to be doing another set of choices. I'm going to go into greater detail in a few moments or so. But for now, I'm just showing everybody where you need to go. Just remember, this is where you need to go on the map. We're now inside the ale house, so we're going to go ahead and talk to our Dwarven Smith friend. And yeah, you guessed it, he is drunk, so things will play out a little bit different depending on how well you either talk to a matron, or if you're like me, got more information on a matron to figure out what's going on to get a different path. Now you decide to do the Persuade Intimidate. You just give them the paper and that's it. Quest is done. You can also be mean about it too. Now we're finding out at this point he will not deliver a magical weapon. So if you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to get a nice magical weapon out of this, I hate to break the bad news. Nah. Instead, since I'm lawful good, I'm going to make a promise to get him to stop drinking. Now, if you're not lawful good or anything like that, or say lawful more like it, then of course go ahead and do the other 2 steps to finish it up. So I'm going to get him to promise, us to get him to stop drinking. Also the matron too. I'm going to go do the oath. When you do this part, you'll be 3 options. You could do Intimidate. That's probably a little bit more evil. Bluff or Persuade. I'm doing Persuade since I have points into that. This just gives you extra experience points. The quest, the Apprentice Slave, is now complete. And we got extra 150 experience points. Now, you could get some extra gold out of him by asking for it to honor the deal. Like I said before, you won't get a magical weapon, but you get a nice alternative, which is, you guessed it, more gold. You're going to need some gold lines, aka gold coin, when you're starting out, because you're going to need to use it to buy things. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You can say, I see, never mind. Instead, what we're going to do is 1. We're going to keep on pressuring our Dwarven friend that. You can be Intimidate, which is mean, or Persuade. We're going to be nice about it. He gives us 17 pieces of gold. Do, in fact, again, another skill check. So that's about 100 for completing the quest and 100 for talking away for some extra coin and more. So we're done with this quest. Now we're going to go ahead and do the next one. For the next quest is Treasure Map. I advise definitely making a save because if you don't pass a speech check, what will happen is you're going to have to pay almost all your money minus 1 piece of gold. This is where it's at, so very important to start this here. If you decide to leave Morfen, you will not be able to complete the Treasure Map quest because if you get to that point where it ends, the rock will not be accessible. We'll get in that greater detail when we get to that area. So we're going to talk to this barkeep here. And you can ask for help, or if you say, let me see what is for sale. And if you pick the let me see what is for sale, basically, you have 2 options. The normal shop he has to sell you ale and such, or a treasure map. Yeah, see, this is what you want. Treasure map, hit the question, hit that one, and he'll charge you. Now, he'll charge you based on how much gold you have minus 1. So, for example, you have 11 pieces of gold, he'll charge you 10 pieces of gold. Now, you could get a little bit cheaper, knock off the price, like I said before, if you decide to, use the persuasive technique. So, we're going to knock off that 38 pieces of gold coin, or golden lions, they call it. We're going to hit Persuade, see if this works. You can use Bluff too. And yeah, because of that, we dropped it down to 33. We have some extra gold, so go ahead and pay for this treasure map. Now, the journal has been updated. And good news is, when we get to the next area in this module, we'll be able to complete it. We'll go into greater detail of that next. So now we have that quest done. Now I'm going to go ahead and remind everybody once again, you could do the Weapon of a True Knight optional step, and of course also get the quest too. Get the Family Grave quest, and then complete the Apprentice Slave quest, and then go ahead and get this one. Now, if you decide to skip all this and go to what you call it, your landlord in order to do Caravan Duty, what would happen is simply you're not going to be able to go ahead and get these quests. And that's not good at all. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next is get to the next part of this guide, which is after Caravan Duty and before entering Thunderstone side quest update, which is only 1. After finishing up the main quest called Caravan Duty, yes, it is a main quest because you have to do it in order to advance the story and get through the module. So once you complete the Caravan Duty, you have a chance to enter Thunderstone. Do not enter it all. I even put that in caps. If you enter Thunderstone, treasure map will stay in your journal until you complete the module. It happened to me, just trust me. Instead, at this point, you definitely want to do is go in this direction. This way to, of course, treasure map. So follow this path. It leads you into a forest area. Now there is a bandit camp. I decided to go ahead and skip. You want to clear that out. It has 2 trade bars Now, that's like 15 golden lions apiece, aka 15 gold coins. So after clearing the camp, you see the mist. This is where you want to go. It leads you to the swamp. Remember, when you start out at the treasure map quest, the barkeep told you basically the treasure's in this swampy area. Well, that's where you need to go. There's a bandit camp I cleared. South is where you came from. We're going to go ahead and go north on the map. So once we do go north, let me go ahead and tell you all about the dangers, which is very important to know. And now the dangers here are these cobra-like enemies. They could poison you. That's one danger. Another danger is you're going to be constantly slow. Now, if you're able to rest after, of course, you don't get into combat, what happens is that slowness goes away. You're kind of like adapting at that point. The cobras are not bad if you know what you're doing. Be careful. They're like rogues. In other words, if you have your back turned, they could do a sneak attack. So you have to be careful, especially on higher difficulties. So we're taking out these cobras. Now, great idea is to loot up the bodies during the Caravan Duty quest. If you do, you might get some weapon with some extra damaging properties. In my case, on this random playthrough, I got me some kind of poison on it, which is good. So you need to take your time getting through this area. If you rush too quickly, you're not going to only have like 3 or 4 cobras plus. You might get yourself with the Curst Ranger. So move slowly. Yeah, you're going to be moving slowly anyways. Now, if for some reason you get yourself a nice potion of speed, this will nullify the slowness. So if you have that, go ahead and pop that baby. And we're going to go ahead and clear some more of these cobras out. Now, these regular horses that we got from our landlord for completing Caravan Duty, they will not fight. If you want to do mounted combat, if that's alright. Me, I prefer not at this point. I'm going to need a shield. Yeah, after the cobras, we're going to be facing a little bit tough foe at our level. So you better get ready for anything. Make sure your cleric does not rush in first. You or Jonas try to definitely get the aggro. Otherwise, this Curst Ranger will tear him apart. Now, since this Curst Ranger is undead, you cannot either do sneak attack and critical hits. Yeah, that's a huge warning. So let's go ahead and, of course, clear this fool out. He's almost dead anyways. I'm just showing you his immunities, immune to critical hits, negative levels, etc. And there you go. He is dead. Now, once the Curst Ranger is dead and all the foes, get the katana +1. Now, if you use katanas, this is a great, I do mean great starting out magical weapon. If not, it sells for over 600 gold pieces. Mine was about 60 plus. Go ahead and loot the treasure rock. I'm going to go ahead and put that on a map. Treasure rock. There you go. Loot it to complete the quest. So I'm going to type that in. That's very important. Now, if you do that, boom. Yeah, I mean, the quest is complete. Now, loot is random. Sometimes you get yourself a nice cup. Other times you get yourself a prayer amulet. Let me try loot it. It's a little bit wonky at times. Yep, I got the amulet. Let's go ahead and loot all this up, and the quest is now complete. So if you do this, that means you have one option left. Go to Thunderstone, which we're going to go ahead and nab some quests in Thunderstone next. If this is your first time entering Thunderstone, any quests that you had in Morfen, for instance, that you could complete in Morfen, or before entering Thunderstone, you cannot complete no more. That's a warning. And if you didn't get Family Grave, you cannot do it. So if you got the quest Family Grave, there'll be a nice quest update. In fact, there is some steps you need to do. And first of all, you need to just go to the Gravedigger's house. This is very important to do in order to advance the next part of the quest. So we're going to go inside and, of course, talk to the Gravedigger. Reason being is it's very simple. He's going to give us a task. So we're going to say is I need someone buried. You pick that option. Once you do that, you have to get a license. Yeah, you guessed it. You're going to need to definitely get a license, or you have to be sent to the Crown Office. Don't worry, I'll show you on how to get there exactly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Exit the house, and this is the way to go. Just keep on going the direction I'm going. So from the cemetery area, just go over this way. to the Crown Office. It should be on your map. There's a big sign up ahead. That means that's it. That's the law sign. Go in there and make sure you have crowns with you. Now, if you've been looting bodies like crazy during Caravan Duty or the treasure map one, well, you have a lot of money, especially if you sold that katana. So we're going to talk to him and say, I have a family plot. I want to get a license. And of course, your name is, you tell them your family name. Do persuade, so this way you would get successful. Otherwise, you will have to pay extra gold, most likely. So we just got 30 experience points for using the persuade skill. Yeah, you're going to need the persuade skill through this module. Also intimidate and bluff too if you're going that route. He's going to ask for 1 golden lion. That is 1 piece of gold. So we're going to go ahead and give him that. There you go. You could talk to him for other things, but that's alright. We're focusing on this quest, so already we gained 100 experience points just by getting a license to bury our character's father. So I skipped ahead to the point where we get to the gravedigger. That's what you need to go. So you're going to ask him again. Here's the license. I'm going to say is pay the 10 gold lions, aka 10 pieces of gold. It's very cheap. I mean, you could sell that katana again, and look at that. We got a huge quest update. Over 250 experience points. So now our character's father will be buried. So that is right. You're going to eventually see a gravestone there. Or it looks like a big old tomb. And when you see that, it means you're ready for the next step. For now, you won't have to wait for a while until you advance the quest. So that is it for a family grave for now. So next part we're going to talk about is the entire Abduction quest. We're going to get that complete in one go. For this next quest, we're going to go ahead and do is complete the entire Abduction quest. Yes, that is right. You can complete this as soon as you enter Thunderstone. We're going to go ahead and do that. So location you want to be at exactly Furniture's Fate. Now, great news is if you have Persuade or form of talking skills, you can complete this with ease. Now, since I'm doing the lawful good option, it's going to be a very happy ending for the couple. You'll see in a few moments. Now, if you're doing evil option, there might be evil choices. I'll point out if it's not. So first of all, talk to this NPC. Yep, talk to her and say why. Is the trouble? Just keep on going through the dialogue, and eventually you will get the quest called Abduction. Now, if I remember right, you have to probably do this real quick. I'm not certain. But I'm advising, as soon as you get here, just do it. It's not that hard. And you can say, I can try to find her. Evil option, is there anything for me? That's kind of like neutral evil in my eyes. So now we got the Abduction quest. This is going to be very simple, very easy to do. I'm going to probably say you can do this definitely under 5 minutes. Even the extra dialogue after you complete the quest, which I'll show you all anyways. So we're going to go ahead and talk to her, get some more information. And she's saying, hurry up. Yeah, not advice yet. Hurry up. Well, not really. So you get out of Furniture's Fate. From here, you go to the docks. You're going to be looking for a dockhand or an NPC. Just ask a simple question. Have you seen a couple or something like that? Once you ask that question, that person will point to the right way. We're almost there. There's someone. We're not going to talk to the City Watch. Otherwise, he's going to ask for your adventure charter. He just really annoyed. See? Yep. And let's see here. Talk to the sailor. Let's go ahead and speak to him. I'll try to do it. And there you go. And just keep on getting the information. And he should point you in the right direction. He says, I'm looking for a girl. And he's pointing you, yeah, it's at this ship. Real simple, real easy to get to. In fact, it's right there. It's the only ship in Thunderstone. So we're going to go ahead and enter that now. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this way people know where they're at. There's the gate right there, the bridge. And on the northwest side of town, I think it is, you enter. There you go. We're going to go ahead and, of course, talk to this guy. And you can be demanding her back. You can try to demand by force if you want to. Since I'm playing lawful good, we're going to go ahead and just see if we could just address her. And then, of course, try the persuade option. So let's go ahead and try that. And, of course, the daughter's saying my mother would never understand. Look like they're really in love. Now, we want to play spoiler, do intimidation, but we're going to do persuade instead. Yeah, see, we're going to try to get them to stay for now because if they try to leave, yeah, the bad things might happen to them. And I'm going to go ahead and say, well, if you feel that way, I should not stand in your way. So both of them are actually in love. And there's no harm, no foul in that. And voila, Abduction Quest is now complete. Now, here's the deal. There's an extra step you want to. This is purely optional. You could do it if you want to or not. So we're going to go ahead, just mark that as complete. So let's go back to her mother and tell her the wonderful news. So let's get there now. And from the ship, you go to Furniture's Fate and speak to the mother there. Let's go ahead and try to get there. And it's a short distance. It's not that hard. Now, in the future, for this guide, I'll start cutting out certain locations. Just get to it. But since we're in Thunderstone for the first time, yeah, you're going to need to know most of the locations. So, there's the fountain, and there's Furniture's Fate. We're going to enter it and tell the quest giver the wonderful news that her daughter actually did found love, not being kidnapped against her own will. And it's genuine. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to select they are mean to be married. Don't panic. They'll be safe. That's what I did. Now, because of that abduction, we'll already have a completed step. So this is just purely optional at this point. You could just complete the quest. We're going to calm her down and go ahead and do it. Yeah, this is just for extra experience points. So we get 50 extra experience points just for using our Persuade skill. And good news is she calmed down. Everything is fine. That quest is done. Now, for the next part, for the first time in Thunderstone, we're going to go ahead and get 2 quests. There are 2 quests by the smithy. First one you actually get that is new. It's called Ride for a Lady. And the other one is Weapon of a True Knight quest update. So let's go ahead and do Ride for a Lady quest. We'll start with that. Please note that you will have to win all 4 matches in the Jousting tournament. Reason being is she wants you to do it. Now, I didn't do the Jousting tournament part because that's part of the main story. And my advice is save before each match happens, otherwise it's buggy. So first you need to talk to her. And she says, are you busy right now? She's asking if you intend to enter the Jousting tournament. Say yes. It's part of the story. So just go through her history. Now you need to go ahead and use Persuade or any other method to get her to, allow you to ride for her. You're asking why you need to do this quest. Well, there are really just one huge reason. Number one, you get a nice reward from her. Another reason is just simply the horse, and if you want to recruit her into your party after a tournament, you could go ahead and do so. She's like purely optional. I never had her in my party, but still, the horse was very nice, and the other thing was the ring was really good. So we're going to go ahead and speak with her. Just keep on talking to her, go through her personal history, her family history, until you get the option. You guessed it, to get the quest. Like I said before, you gotta win all 4 matches. So save scum because the jousting part's buggy. If you need help, just ask me. I'll send you all to the the video that I actually won the jousting tournament. We're gonna go ahead and pick the number 2 option. Since that's Persuade, you could bluff also. It's another option too. And now we got the quest because we passed our persuasion check. Otherwise, you have to convince another way. And if you can't get the quest, that means you have to somehow get money for the horse. Now, please know about one thing is if you don't get the quest, either way, she'll be at a tavern. I think it's either Furniture's Fate or the Sign of Thunder. You can recruit her into your party. Now, you can recruit her if you win the tournament, get the quest done, or not. I decided to get the quest to show you all that. So now we have the quest, a horse, ready for the jousting tournament. We're all done. We're going to go ahead and do a quest update. You know what it is. Now, that quest is Weapon of a True Knight. That's the update we're going to go ahead and do. So, first thing you need to do is go into the smithy in this Thunderstone town. Reason being is, it's the only smithy in the game that actually will be able to forge your weapon. My advice on that is, wait until you get all 4 shards. You're going to see why when I do get all 4 shards. Yes, like I mentioned before, I'll show you where the other 3 shards are at. So we're going to talk to the smith and say, I want to ask you a question, and hit the number 1 option. This will update your journal. See, there you go. Your journal has been updated for Weapon of a True Knight. And there you go. She can now be the one that will be able to forge the weapon. The weapon is very nice. I'll repeat it again. Seriously. Now, another thing is that some people put some craft weapons on their character and made a really nice weapon. Now, my advice is if you don't want to do that, then there are items that will actually boost craft weapon to 10. That's all you need. You'll see why later on, but still, we have the access now to make the weapon. I will not do so until you have enough gold and enough items and all 4 shards. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead and get the final quest for Thunderstone. For the final quest for your first time in Thunderstone is, of course, to be a spy. This is where you need to be at. It's the 6 coffers trading coaster shop. I'll show you briefly where that's at. So you need to talk to this NPC, Alice. So she's going to take a look at your companion. So do not bring Edgar with you when you get this quest. That's after the burrows. Instead, you want to get this now. Now, she'll reject the first one, but then she loves Jonas. That'll be enough to put you over the top. If you're a paladin, you have to really convince her if you want to get your hands dirty. So we're going to go ahead and go through the quest. She'll give you her rules about go in between and such. Just if you want to go through that, that is fine. If you say, yeah, I just want to go for the job and accept it. Once you do accept it, that means you will get the quest. Please note that you cannot complete the quest until after the Jousting tournament. That's the bad news. Good news is it'll be in your journal. And this is the earliest you could get it. See, we just got the quest to be a spy. And we have to wait until we actually do the actual steps after the Jousting tournament, of course. So that is it for basically your first visit in Thunderstone for quests. So for the next part is basically there's one quest during the Jousting tournament. We'll go ahead and explain that once we finish the conversation with Alice. There we go. We're done. And see you at the Jousting tournament. If you were on the quest Ride for a Lady, guess what? You have to win all 4 matches. If you're like me, who won just the final match, and we just knocked the guy off his horse, guess what? We got that quest step now complete. So go through the tournament like normal. Now, through the story, you only have to win 2 matches. Now, Sir Hawkland will be very impressed if you win all 4. You should definitely go for all 4. I'll remind everybody once again what's the method of pulling this off. Simple, go do the practice match for fun, just to get the ideal. Of course, you want to get information from NPCs on your opponent's weaknesses. And then after you knock them off their horse, try to go for that or the 3 points. And if you did that, then of course you win a match. Just do this a total 4 times and you got this. So we won the tournament and we got ourselves an update. So our next step is we're supposed to go to Sir Hawkland. I'm skipping the Sir Hawkland offer for the Jousting tournament because that's part of the main story. So we're going to go ahead, zone to the next area, finish up the conversation with Sir Hawkland, and then of course the NPC we could get now because we won the tournament for her. So let's go in. Before that, go ahead unequip that nice loner armor that you did get for a while because you're not going to be able to get that back. That's just only for the tournament. So after you finish with Sir Hawkland, and there she is. She's now going to talk to you immediately and just give whatever response you want to give to her. So I'll probably say a simple thank you. And she will definitely join your party. So we'll get rid of that one. And let's go ahead and show off the Ride for a Lady. Still, it's a good quest to do. And the item's really worth it. It's, if I remember right, it's a spell resistant ring. It's pretty nice though. And I did use it, like I said before, throughout most of the module. There you go. There's her ring. And now you get to be able to recruit her into your party. And it says, here's your favor, here's your horseback, and thanks. And she tells you to keep the horse. Yeah, you actually get a war horse for free. That's another great thing too. And Ride for a Lady is now 100% complete. And you're basically done with the first Jousting tournament quest. That was just one really. So for the next part of this quest, again, get her into your party. And you have to have 2 more people free, so don't panic. So we're going to go ahead and do one more thing. And no, you cannot get the quest for this merchant yet. Really. That's for another time. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do the next section of this guide is after the first Jousting tournament quest. So let's get there now. After the first Jousting tournament, there's 2 ways to complete to be a spy. Now, when you're in the castle and have access, this is where you want to be at to search for the statue handle. The statue handle will reveal to you where the secret entrance is at for the castle. So just interact with one of the statues after you found out where it's at. Usually your allies find this, unless your spot is real good. Go ahead and swing that lever. This will update you for the step you guessed it for to be a spy. Let's go ahead and do it. Unfortunately, the bad news is it's a one-way street. But good news is there's another door that will get us right back in the castle. So invaders cannot get in the castle that way. So we will have to tell Alice the bad news. So let's go ahead and visit her now. This is one way to definitely go ahead and do it. So as soon as I do get to the gate, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the quest giver's area from the previous location for the video. Use my timestamps to find that, just like you did for any other questions you need help on. So we're here at Alice. We're going to tell her the good and bad news. So we're going to say greetings and say I found a secret way into Hawkland's castle. And there you go. We're going to go ahead and honor the oath this way. And it says I'm glad. We're going to hit that. Yep, just go ahead and select the number 2. Once that happens, deal stands, you get paid. She'll have to deal with the angry client, but that's all right. But that is one way to complete to be a spy. We get 200 pieces of gold, 100 experience points, and that quest is done. That's a good way to complete. However, there is another way to complete that is even better. That'll give you another quest. So we're going to go ahead and do the Sir Hawkland option. And let's go ahead and get to that option now. That is one way to complete to be a spy. Now is another way to be a spy. So after you get through the story part, talk to Sir Hawkland and select what I'm selecting. I have been asked to find a secret way into the castle. You want to select this. So reason being is you can tell on her. We'll squeal on Alice. Or so, if you want to. Instead, I decide to pick the third option. Because of that, I am playing the good alignment. You could do that. You could withhold the information. You'll probably know it's Alice anyways. Now, good news is to be a spy is now updated. Now, next part is to catch a spy will be gained. So you guessed it. We get another quest. That's the good news. So we're going to be able to turn in one, then of course get the other one. So our next stop is Alice. So we're going to go ahead and turn that in. Then we'll get the quest to catch a spy because of that. So let's skip to Alice. And there you go. We're going to speak with her as if we discover the way. So we're going to do the same thing, greetings, and then hit the number 1 option. And there you go. And say, also, I'm glad too. You could do ask to get paid more if you want to. Let's go ahead and do it. So now, the only difference now is you get the quest to catch a spy. To be a spy is done. To catch a spy starts. You won't be able to start on that for a while until you complete some parts of the story. So for the next part, we're going to go to Hudlack Forest. And let's get there now. When the story leads you to Hudlack Forest at this exact location, the layers of the Satyrs Mathis will give you a quest. This is purely optional if you want to do it or not. I definitely advise doing it because there's ways to completing it. First of all, talk to the leader. We're going to skip to the step where you actually do get the quest. So just go through the conversation like I normally did. We might be friends. And of course, you say he'll ask that. He says, "Tell me what it is. I shall consider it." And of course, just keep on going through that. Now, the selection I did was I will find out. Now, because of that, I have a good alignment. You could turn them down. That'd probably be evil or so. But if you're playing good in any form, go ahead and do it. Now we have the quest, Ride Like a Centaur. So we have it. Now, you won't be able to actually do steps on it until you actually finish Hutlack Forest Burrows. And of course, this guy just gave you information on where it is at exactly. So we're going to go ahead and get into the burrows. There is actually one quest update there, and I'm going to show you what it is exactly. Now, for this next part of the guide, this is an update for the side quest Weapon of a True Knight. You want to go this way. Reason being is simple. There is a weapon shard here. So go through this path. You will have to go ahead and clear some enemies. If you've been doing well in this burrows, it's not bad at all. Plus, you have the archer's help. Now, my advice is if you want to, tell them to go back. You get some extra experience points. Don't forget to loot up any items if you need to. Now, the deal is you probably want to bring some potions with you for this part. Reason being is you're going to be facing a new type of foe ahead. And no, I'm not talking about the next set of foes we're facing, but this new type of foe, you know what it is. So you want to do is after you're done looting everything up, you want to keep on going the directions one way forward. Don't open any of the side doors. You're asking why? Well, you want to do is go ahead and clear out the room that's way up ahead. That's the most north part. So after you clear these foes, which is not bad at all, go for the casters if you want to. I'm going to try to get there. With the help of Jonas, he'll do great. Godfroy's alright. Yeah, he's not fully developed cleric yet, but that's alright. Well, cleric fighter, but still. Let's try to get over there. Yeah, this hobgoblin champion's in the way. Let's see if I can get some room. And nope, I look like I'm alright. Let's go ahead and take out this fool. And then we'll get in the next room. Now, the foe I'm going to be talking about after we kill that fool, and this one too, are hellhounds. They do fire damage, so you make sure you want to heal up beforehand. If you need a rest, go back in the previous room and go ahead and do so. Now, you want to clear out the room full of hellhounds. Once you do that, right in the middle where there's 4 glowing marks, there's a sarcophagus. Yep, you guessed it, or a tomb. Open up that trap tomb. Once you do that, then, of course, loot the weapon up. Since I forgot to bring potions, big old oops on my part, we'll clear these out. I have to be a little bit more careful. Thanks to Godfroy helping out on healing, which is great. Hellhounds are not bad at this level. Just a few hits, they'll go down, or you have Jonas help you take it down. We'll ignore the level up for now. This is just a guide anyways. Let me try to reach the target. Yeah, sometimes the target's like that. And there, open up the sarcophagus and grab the magical spearhead. This will count for a weapon shard for a Weapon of a True Knight. So you're halfway there already. So that is exactly, you guessed it, 2 of 4. We got one from the Ruin Home, or aka the Ruin Farm, at the start of this module. And we just got one now. So that's number 2 in the bag. And we will get more as we go along this module. And I'll point them out during the course of this guide. So we're basically done here with Hutlack Forest Burrows. So let's go back to Thunderstone and get the next set of quests done, or some new ones at least. After what happened in Hutlack Burrows, you will get some new quests to do. You complete some and you get some updates. You also get payment for the Charter side quest. Now, you got that when you do arrive in Thunderstone. Didn't show automatically, but still, I just want to point that out. So there are 2 quests we could do. One, we could actually pay for the charter, and the other one is to get a nice update for to catch a spy. Up to you all on if you want to pay for the charter or not. I decided to do it anyway so we don't get harassed in the future. So I skipped the knighting and such. So we're going to go ahead and deal with the adventure charter business. So let's go ahead and do that. And of course, I'm going to try to make sure I get the option to actually pay for it since I am lawful good. If I remember correctly, you do get alignment for that. Actually, lawful. So there's payment for the charter. Now, I think you get a title if you decide not pay for the whole thing at all. In other words, at some point, yeah, you get that. And you can say, I'll consider it, or I will see the debt pay off. That's the one I did. Now, if you're like evil or so, or if you're stingy, You pick option number 3. Yeah, you handle it. Yeah, he won't be happy if you do that, but still, I'm going to try to do his there. Yeah, let's talk about the charter. I have enough gold for it, so let's go ahead and give him the money, which costs exactly, you guessed it, 1,000 pieces of gold. You lost that, however, you get 1 point towards alignment, and there you go. That quest is now complete. Payment for the charter. Everything's all said and done. We're still honorable in the eyes of Sir Hawkland. So our next part we're going to do is talk about something else. And let me go ahead and do it and ask about about the spy. So we're going to get a nice update on, you guessed it, to catch a spy. So there you go. So while we were away, he sent someone to follow Alice, and they found out where these foes are at. They're at the Sign of Thunder. So we will get to that eventually. In fact, we'll do that towards the end of this visit back in Thunderstone. So we got that nice quest update and the location of our targets. And yeah, we have to kill them all. So no problem, no worries about murdering fools. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And there you go. So now we got some experience points for playing our alignment, because we're going after the forces of evil. So that part is done for now. For the next part is there'll be 2 quests we'll definitely update on. And we'll get a new one too. So let's finish the conversation and get to it now. I'll see you back at Alice's. For the next part of this guide, we're going to get a total of 3 quests update. Also a new one too. So you need to be back at the shop where we're at. Bring Kathyrn along with you. In fact, when you do talk to her, it'll advance her own personal story. Talk to her throughout the module anyways. So what we're going to do is go inside the building, talk to Alice again. Do not bring Edgar with you, otherwise 9 out of 10 times, yeah, you probably won't get this next quest. You don't need them anyway, so we're inside the building. Speak with Alice. Again, ask her for a job. Say greetings, and then we'll say, I want to talk to you about a job. And say, I am looking for work, obviously, or something like that. She'll inspect you. Now, because we have Kathyrn there, guess what? Alice will accept her instantly. That's like a get out of jail free card for you to get this quest. So talk to her. She says client of mine has a certain item, blah blah blah, which is a unicorn horn. Now this is linked definitely to ride like a centaur. So accept the quest, you get theft to order, and voila, we did it. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. After that, once we're done, we could do is go outside and Kathyrn will tell you what's going on. Now, theft to order, there's a few ways to complete it. You could go to the middleman, skip all the middleman nonsense, and sell the unicorn horn to the target that's intended. However, we're not going to do that. We're going to do a better way. So I'm going to advise this. If you're playing good, try not to be violent. If you're playing evil, yeah, go for the violence. We'll get to that step in a bit, but still, we'll just go ahead and just go through the options a little bit. So I'm going to say I will return when I have the horn. Oh, yeah, we're going to definitely do that and say, yeah, we're done for now. So as soon as you get out, Kathyrn will give you a nice trigger. This is a very important trigger because we need Kathyrn. Yep, see, stop right there. We got 2 updates. Of course, she tells you that Hunt Crown, what is the contact basically right there. We could do that part now if we want to skip to it, but nah. Instead, we're going to go ahead and get the unicorn horn. And yeah, we got an update for Ride Like a Centaur 2. And Kathyrn just told you who was, of course, causing trouble for the satyrs, which isn't good at all. So, as soon as I'm done just showing you all the dialogue in the quest journal, we're going to go toward the Temple of Tempus. Yeah, that is right. So let's go ahead and get the horn first. We'll take care of that situation. So we're done. Now we're out of here. Now this is the way to the temple. So you go this direction. Just keep on heading south. And there's the Shrine of Tempus. Well, it's a temple anyways, but still it's a very nice one. Make sure you have over 1,000 pieces of gold, because you're going to need a whole bunch of it for this one part. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to cover another quest. This is very important to cover relating to Weapon of a True Knight. So we're going to go ahead and talk to him, and we're going to talk about the fort. You're asking Fenton, why would we do that first? Well, the next part might piss them off if you're going to go that route. Instead, we're going to do this one. So say, can you tell me anything about the fort? You must ask this question. This will give you the update for the Poltergeist of Polter's fort. This is really important to do. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Go through the story of how the fort came to be, how the curse happened. Because after that, you're going to get a very important item from him, which we'll be using later on in this guide with any of the quests associated with the fort. There you go. And of course, we're going to say you think the Poltergeist is still there. Magnus is going to tell you, yes, see, there's your quest update. Fort research, this is what we want exactly. This is really important to do. This is kind of like the main quest, but still, it's really important for this step for a weapon of a true knight. And if you have a solution, can you have it? He's going to give you a solution, all right. A very good solution. So let him finish his holy magic. And it should be there. And there you go. Specially prepared holy water. This will be used through a conversation. I'll tell you when that happens. But for now, we got what we need. Now we have one more thing we need to do with him. Now, remember that 600, I should say 1,000 crowns you need? Well, guess what? We're going to ask about the unicorn horn. Bad ways intimidation. Instead, since I'm playing lawful good, we're going to do option number 2. He's going to be talking about the unicorn horn, its properties, and such. We're going to do persuade, see we get to buy it from. We're going to do that. 100, he's insulted. You can do a price if you want to. I say go for the 600 crowns. You got plenty of money. Yeah, you got it from Hutlack Burrows by selling some items. And now we got the unicorn horn that way. So that is done for now. We could turn that into Alice if we want to. However, we're not. We're going to get a confession from Hunt Crown. You guessed it. That is our next step. So we're going to still need only Kathyrn for this. So let's get there now. Now for this next step for Ride Like a Centaur, we're at Lord Hunt Crown's house. You want to make a save before doing this because we're going to get a confession out of him. Now we go with the butler and such. You could also, if you want to, give him the unicorn horn and complete theft to order. However, we're not going to do it. Like I said, we're going to get a confession. You're going to need intimidate. In this case, intimidate will work our way. So we're going to go ahead and drop the unicorn horn as if we don't got it. So first thing we're going to do is talk to this guy here. Now, sometimes Kathyrn will come along, help you out with bluff. So we're going to go ahead and talk with him saying, I am Lance Dalton. And we're going to say is, I want to talk to you about you something. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk about the unicorn horn. There you go. We're going to say, I believe you are looking for one. And of course he says says some more stuff. And we're going to say how you get in the first place. Say bluff resisted. Because of that, some reason that just got checked in. And select those. I have a reason to believe that you've been hunting forest folks. Go ahead and intimidate him. If you do this well, then of course he'll sign a confession. You're going to need this big time when you get to Polter's fort to turn and ride like a centaur. Yes, when you arrive at the fort, you'll be able to turn in. I'll get into greater detail for that, but we're basically done with him for now. So after you get the confession, grab the unicorn horn that he sees right in front of you. Yep, that's right. So with the horn in hand, now we can go back to Alice and iron the deal. That's why definitely, did the drop, got the confession and such. Now, if you're evil, then you can sell the horn, and that's done. And you could deal it with another way with the leader of the satyrs. However, since I'm good, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip towards Alice to turn this in. Next part's easy. Talk to Alice and give her the wonderful news. Say, do you have what I'm looking for? Say yes. And you can intimidate her instead. I'm going to say, here's the horn. Take it. Boom. We got alignment 18 out of 18. Theft to Orcs complete. 300 experience points. And some nice gold out of it. That's 800 pieces of gold. That is good. So that quest is now done. So for the next part of this guide, we're going to go ahead and do is to catch a spy. So I'll see you all there. For our next part of this guide, we're going to go ahead and do an update for to catch a spy. I could have done this earlier in this part of the guide. However, I didn't want to bring Edgar along with me. That interferes with theft to order and such. Yeah, it would have been a bad idea. So make sure you get Edgar in your party. I think he's at Sign of Thunder or Furniture's Fate, one of the two locations. Once you get him in the party, we're going to go inside this house that's across from Sign of Thunder. Now, once you're inside, equip your weapons and armor, take care of these foes. If you need healing potions, go ahead and do so. Buff up, great idea to buff up outside. And face some foes. We'll have to clear out all the foes on the first floor. You think, okay, that is a little hard. No, it's not that hard. You got two other great melee fighters in your party. Well, Kathyrn is a rogue slash ranger. And if you get her light armor and make her dual wield, she's a beast. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out this area of so-called merchants from the rival nation. And we're going to clean this house up. We're almost done. And yeah, Kathyrn, by the way, has disarm. And if she does disarm an NPC, their weapon drops on the floor. And 9 out of 10 times they're magical weapons. So there you go. We finished with the first floor. Make sure you loot everything up as always. You're not going to come back here after you're done with this part of To Catch a Spy. There you go. We got some good items. If I remember right, there is a chest. All right, we got magical dagger +1. We'll grab that. And yeah, sometimes you get blackened leather armor. If so, give that to Kathyrn. She's good with that. And once again, I'll remind everybody you should be talking to her constantly. If you want to talk to Edgar, that's a good idea too. I'm going to give her a long sword, so this way she'll have that as a main hand. And that nice short sword as the other one too. Let me try to do that. There you go. And let's see. We'll put that in there for now. I could give her the magical one, but we'll figure that out later on off screen. So once we're done looting everything up, bodies and all, go up on the second floor. Now, bad news is you're not going to be able to fight the agent. He's going to disappear since he is a very powerful wizard. If that happens, that's alright. That means it's just part of the story. And we have to report back to Sir Hawkland to tell him the bad news, which is to catch a spy, unfortunately. So I'm going to skip that now. Here you go. We're back at the castle. So we're going to have to deliver him the bad news. We'll get through the daughter part, and then we'll give him the nice update. Yeah, you want to make sure Kathyrn's with you. She's really valuable. So we're going to tell him what's going on, and say, talk about something else, and say, I'm sorry, one of the agents escaped. He'll be a little bit mad, but don't worry. You'll meet that agent sooner or later. So don't panic at all. We'll get to that point when that does happen. So finish up the conversation with him. After that, we got about exactly 2 more quests to do. And yes, we'll be able to complete 2 of them. So I'll see you there for 1 of them. The next quest in this part of the guide is a damsel in distress. Forewarning, make sure you bring plenty of buffing potions if you have trouble with combat. Me, I just brought in bark skin potions, 1 for each party member, including myself. So this way we'll survive the ambush much more longer. Bring healing potions if you need to. If you have enough money, definitely, cure serious wounds will do fine. In fact, about 5 to 7 for each party member. So talk to the old man. He's going to say, help, a woman's been kidnapped. Go ahead and accept the quest. You could bring your horse or not bring your horse. I decided not to bring the horse. I don't want to lose it. That would have been a bad idea. And if you have Edgar with you, he'll automatically say, you got to go help her. And say, show me the way. We're going to go ahead and say, I'm ready. So as soon as we hit that, it's going to update us on the next step once we get into combat. So make sure you, at this point, buff up like crazy. Like I said before, having trouble with battles, go ahead and do it full 9. I'm giving Kathyrn 1 first because, most likely if she somehow gets on the front line, she dies easily without it. I tried without it. It was not easy. Go ahead if you want to send the old man away. I said I'd be trusting, so keep on going. Now, if your spot check isn't there at all for some reason, no, they'll get the jump on you. Otherwise, you'll see them first. And they should be spawning any second. Now, don't try to turn your back. They're thieves. They have sneak attack. Make sure Kathyrn is the one doing the sneak attack, and of course, if you have potions of invisibility, great idea to have her drink that too. Reason being is, yeah, she'll still have that sneak attack as if she was an invisible stalker. And we're going to go ahead and destroy the rest of these fools, including the one on the horse. Once that's done and clear out the area, there's a sorceress there. Yeah, she's going to cast a lot of spells. She'll cast invisibility, protection spells, and etc. If you have Dispel Magic, or if you are really lucky, got a ring that has Dispel Magic on it, go ahead and use that once you see her. If you have See Invisibility, or better yet, for some reason have True Seeing, go ahead and annihilate her. We're going to go and destroy her. There you go. We have everybody attack. Edgar's been a little bit buggy for me, so it's basically 2 versus 1. So just keep on fighting this evil sorceress, the Damsel. Yeah, we'll slaughter her. And I'm going to try to attempt to do a fear on her, and nope, that failed. And she'll keep on spamming the same words, and she just went down. Go ahead and loot up the body. At this point, it should be updated. Instead, we're not going to do that. We're not going to leave this area. You see, there's a house, there's a basement. We're going to go ahead and loot the contents inside the house. We're going to go in, and let's go ahead and heal up first before we actually do this. Let's go ahead and get Kathyrn too. And once we're inside the house, there is a chest. Just use the chest. Key goes bye-bye. It's random contents. And we just did a coup de grace against a sleeping foe. And let's go ahead and get the body. Yeah, once you loot everything up, that's basically it for this area. This is a one-time deal, so you're not going to be able to come back. Get everything now. And yet, by the way, the robes are really worth selling if you're not a caster. If you're a caster, the robes are really worth getting. So it's a win-win situation. There you go. We got 1K worth of gold. Enough to pay for that charter, by the way. There you go. We found that the kidnappers was the damsel. Our next step is to find the old man. Unfortunately, he is back safely at Thunderstone. There's ways to handle him. You could be mean. You could threaten him. You can ignore it. You could try to talk him saying, yeah, I'm the one who helped out the ambushers. Up to you all on that. Let's go ahead and get the bandit armor. See if that's any good. Okay, we'll take care of the weight situation. And there we go. We're all set. Let me get rid of that too. Move the shield along. Yeah, sorry about the inventory thing. That's the thing there. And we're almost done. Once you're done completely looting the area, now close to the exit, they're going to give you a warning saying is you make sure you basically loot the area before you go. You're not going to come back here. Yeah, just trust me on that. Let me go ahead and get Edgar, since he's a little bit stronger than I am. Well, slightly. To start carrying some of this stuff. You get plenty of good loot here, by the way. Random goodness. So we'll get back into Thunderstone and complete the quest. So once we're in, it's how you deal with the old man if you want to. Also, if you want to also do a step for a family grave too. We're not going to do that just yet. Instead, we'll talk to him. Because of that, we shift our alignment point to 1 because we send him away to safety. And we'll say it's a trap. If we say, I think you're involved, you could do that. Press it for us, decide not to. And of course, we'll tell him what happened. Once that is done, basically, quest is complete. And that is it. So we're going to just go ahead and forgive him, send him off. And we'll do the next quest, which is Family Grave. And we're going to go ahead and complete that one. Now we're on the final quest after returning from the burrows in Thunderstone, which is Family Grave. It's going to get a nice update. So now we check out the defaced grave. The only person close enough to that exactly is the grave digger. So we'll go there now and speak with them. And say, hey, what's going on? My character's father's grave has been desecrated. So go ahead and speak with them and saying is, I need a new grave. He goes, which one? And select the second one saying my father's, and then pay for the 5 gold coins again. Don't worry, you'll get that back if you do it the peaceful way or any other way. So there you go. We're playing alignment, and there you have it. So now we're going to find out who's the witness, and the other one's Jenny Drab. She's at Furniture's Fate. We're going to skip there now. So when you arrive at Furniture's Fate, speak with Jenny here. Now, here's the deal. She's going to give you the information. However, you have to promise her to do a quest for her. You want to accept this quest. Just trust me. So we're going to go ahead and do Persuade. And if your Persuade's high enough, we'll protect her. You could do Intimidate if you want to. So let's go ahead and do it. Make a deal with her since we're honorable. Now we got 100 experience points because we discovered who defaced our character's father's grave. And of course that is at the Sign of Thunder. She'll tell you that exactly. So let's go ahead and select that after you read through the text about what she did see. And you say, thank you for telling me this. Now she's going to stop you, say, can you do me a favor? Now, it could be the honorable saying no. I say yes, because it's well worth it. And go through the story, what she's going to be telling you. And once that happens, you will get For the Love of a Lord quest. You're not going to be able to do that now and see the white stag yet. And that'll be at some point later on the module. So don't panic at all. We just want to get that now, so at some point when we do see the white stag, you guessed it, we're going to hunt it down. Not a normal way, but I'll tell you tactics about it. So go ahead and finish up the conversation with her, and she'll tell you, I think she'll tell you the location, or no, she won't. She'll just tell you it's in the forest. We'll find that later on anyway. So we're going to go ahead and skip to the Sign of Thunder to confront the guy who defaced our character's grave. Now here's the deal. I'm doing the peaceful method. You can do any other method. And if you're doing any violent method, you might have to have Alice to, hide the body or something like that. Do something nefarious. Instead, we're doing the lawful good method. So you better talk to him, and then you say, because you defaced my father, go ahead and do that. And you say you were seen defacing it. And say, I'm going to report this. Go ahead and do that. And he'll try to talk you out of it. Is there another way to do it? Extract payment. You could do the Crown Office if you want to. May I decide to go ahead and just settle it. He's going to give you some gold. Say, fair enough, I accept your offer. And he's going to give you 10 pieces of gold. That's for the original grave, and that's for the new one you just did. And the quest is now complete. So that is now finished, done, and over with. So there you go. That quest is done. Now, for the next part of the video is the Fortress quest. So let's go ahead and do that. We are now at Poltergeist Fort. There is a lot of quests here. Or quests that's linked to them. So anyways, when you see Mantis, that means one thing. He wants progress for a ride like a centaur. Great news is you'll be able to complete the quest. If you did get the oath, you will definitely not only complete the quest and get yourself some nice gloves, I heard. You will also get some valuable information. And these gloves, by the way, gives you 10 points in riding and some feats that is involved with riding. So go ahead and hand him the written oath. And he swear to never hunt the forest folk again. Now, he will like that result though. So you'll definitely get the reward. You'll see in a few moments. There you go. 500 experience points, and the quest is now complete. So you go. Ride like a centaur is now done and over with. He'll give you valuable information. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is skip towards this next quest, which is purely optional. The next quest is at Polter's Fort. It's really just outside of it. It's the Fall of Jonas. This is a quest update. This is purely optional. You need to enter this house. So let's go ahead and do so. Now, explore everywhere inside the, let's see, what is it? Chest of drawers. The clue is there. Try to get that open. Now, once you get the item from it, you'll get the Fall of Jonas quest update. Now, this is just purely optional. You do not need to do it at all. And you will complete that quest anyways when you meet Jonas later on. Yeah, he went missing. I'll just leave it at that. So once we get the item, we'll grab it, and that should do it. Let's go ahead and get it. It should trigger the course journal. It just tells you that Jonas was here. And you're basically done with that quest for now. We're going to go ahead and do a event that's at the fort inside of it. Well, let's go ahead and skip to that. The old chapel at the top floor of Polter's fort is not really a quest. It's just an event you could do, purely optional. This is a great way to squeeze some extra experience points. So if you decide to interact with the orb, as you will see before you, what will happen exactly, you'll spawn 2 even level foes. So for example, if you're like rushing through this module, didn't get much experience points, you'll face some pretty easy undead. Now, if you are like getting everything, what happens is you'll face some tough ones like the Bodox. Those are real dangerous. I interact with the orb, I took some damage. Because of that, you guessed it. These foes, watch out for their screams. If you don't succeed in a will save, you'll automatically die. Same thing for example, your party members. So try to take them out as quickly as possible. They are undead. In other words, yeah, they're immune to, of course, critical hits and sneak attacks. So my advice is when you get here, don't interact with the orb. Instead, destroy it. You're asking Fenton, why do you want to destroy it? Extra experience points. And I'm going to try to cut these fools in many pieces. There you go. And turn undead works. So let's go ahead and break the orb, or to say ball on a stand. When you do that, you get 2 points in a good alignment. If you're evil, do not do this at all. In fact, just ignore this entire section. That's all I could say. I'm going to go ahead and clear these foes out real quick. Then get to the next quest, which does involve, you guessed it, another weapon shard. So I'll definitely see you all there. For the next quest in the Polter's fort, we're going to go ahead and do not only 1 but 2. The first one is the Poltergeist of Polter's fort. Now this is very important to note. This does coincide with Weapon of a True Knight. In fact, this is shard number 3. Now, remember I told everybody in this guide to get that special holy water by doing a step for the Poltergeist of Polter's fort? Well, you're about to use that, but not now where you find the blade. So go through this direction. Now, if you have someone like Kathyrn to pick locks, that's fine. Otherwise, break down the door. You're going to definitely need to do so. So open it up. Follow the tracks. I heard there's a key somewhere in the level 2. You could do that also. Now keep on going until you see a enchanted sword. It should be right up ahead. There it is. It'll awake, and you're gonna have to fight it. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna go down that quick. It's undead, however. That is the great news. So if you have someone like a paladin, for example, Edgar, or if you're a cleric, definitely, yeah, that turn undead will be really useful, especially if you're higher levels. Now let's go ahead and destroy it. You know it's going to take a while. Now if you don't have the, of course, special holy water, you have to have a cleric or paladin in your party to go ahead and exercise the blade. If you have a paladin, it'll be much more hard than a cleric. Cleric will easily do it. My advice is take the time to get that special holy water and go ahead and do it. Reason being is that weapon shard is too important not to collect, and it should go down. Now, for the next part is we're going to go ahead and loot the sword, interact with it. It's going to say free me. We're going to do just that. Go ahead and just talk to it. You could keep it, however, you will not get the weapon shard number 3. So we'll go ahead and use the holy water, and there you go. We lost the blade, however, we got the shard. That's the most important thing we got out of this. So that is definitely shard number 3 on the list. So we're done with both parts for now. Let's go ahead and get to the next part of this guide on how to defeat the vampires with ease. This is just a tactic, also a puzzle. So here's the deal. Vampires, if you find them normally, they'll retreat to their coffin. You could destroy the coffin. However, you're at the risk of being level drained at times by vampires or being ganged up by them. Unless you're really good fighters, you could do that. But another way that's really cheap is sunlight. So let me explain. You got to make sure you put to your party members to stay still. You're going to be the bait on this one. So go ahead and get to the area where there's a whole bunch of tombs that are closed. So we're going to keep on going this way. We're going to open up the door. There you go. Now it's going to say darkness thickens, so don't panic. Once you get to a certain point, the doors will automatically open. You could destroy the coffins Each coffin's worth 400 experience points. If you do so, vampires won't spawn. Easier way to do it is just to lure the suckers out to the sunlight. Now, when you start, before starting doing this, make sure the sunlight hatch is closed. If it's open, they'll just run away. So go to the close hatch. Try to lure most of them there. Looks like I only got 2. Apologize on my end, so keep on going. Once you're at the switch, go ahead and pull the rope. What's going to happen is 2 dead vampires. See, look at that. They'll automatically die by sunlight. Repeat this process until all 4 vampires are dead. Then you're ready to face the boss of the dungeon. Now, as I said before, you can destroy the coffins. Well, here's the deal. You could do both. You could lure the vampires to their doom. Once again, let me get the other one. After that, you destroy all 4 coffins. They're worth 400 experience points each. So 4 times 4 is 1.6k worth of experience points, right? That is not bad. That is making some serious experience points bank right there. So let's go ahead and just lure the final ones. After that, you're free to explore the deeper parts of this dungeon. So let's go ahead and put the sun on them. And we'll finish this up. After that, we got one more quest to get inside the fort. So let's go ahead and do that now. The next quest is inside the fort. After you defeat the boss and got the piracy main story quest, one of them, you'll arrive in this room. In this room, there is another quest. It involves another NPC. So let me go ahead and write down boss of the dungeon as a reminder to everyone. And of course, the Piracy Quest start point. There you go. Piracy, I will explain later on how to turn that in, since there's an issue with that. So I'm going to go ahead and type this. I accidentally typed this wrong at the time of recording. Loot the table, I should have said, but oh well. Just loot the area. One of the containers will contain a note. Now, picking up the note will automatically trigger a quest called Imelda's Revenge. I'm sorry I mispronounced her name, but she's the merchant at the tent that you saw during the first Jousting tournament. This is very important evidence. Hochland should definitely know about this. So we got that quest now. We won't be able to enact on it until we actually get outside this fort. So that's about it for inside the fort quests. There's one more quest I'm going to go ahead and talk about, and here we go. Here's a word warning before I do start this next part to catch a spy. Make sure you did get everything done inside Polter's fort, including the 3rd weapon shard. If you decide to zone and do the next part to catch a spy, you will not be able to return here. So do everything before starting this next step of this quest. So once you're done with Polter's fort completely, go ahead and zone to the next area. I decided to select Thunderstone Town Gate. This will trigger encounter. This will be another ambush, this time by the agent. So during the catch a spy, the agent got away. Well, guess what? He has a whole bunch of ogres and hobgoblins waiting for us. Clear them all out. They're not that hard, this bunch at this point. However, what's the annoying part is the agent. He is a wizard. He'll cast invisibility. Now, if you have true seeing, see invisibility, or anything like that that can do that, you'll be able to see through him and do some normal damage. If you have blind fighting, well, it's just be fighting him like normal. Otherwise, you're going to be missing 50% of the time, and your henchmen won't be able to land blows against him. So what we're going to do is go ahead and fight this agent. Now, if you have any form of dispel magic, breach or so, if you're a caster, go ahead and do that. We're going to hit him a few more times. After that, he will die. Now, here's the deal. You want to make sure you loot the body. Reason being is he has a note. This note will advance the turning point of the quest. Yeah, that's right. He has a note that Sir Hochland does require. This will basically end the quest. Yeah, it's like a piece of evidence, so go ahead and get it. Once you get the note, kill anything else in this area, loot everything up. You're not going to come back here. There we go. We got the note just now. So I'll see you all in Thunderstone. That's right. That's the next section of this guide. There are a total of 2 quests you could do in this area. One to complete it and one to advance a step. Now the advance a step one is purely optional. You decide not to do the lawful good path. In other words, don't turn the Imelda's note. So what we're going to do first is to catch a spy. I feel like that's most important to do. No alignment hits or anything like that. No law and chaos, no good and evil. Just a simple turn in, that is all. So what you need to do is talk to Sir Hawkland. I'm going to go ahead and skip to that now. Now, once you do speak to him, say talk about something else, and say I have news on the agent. You want that one. So I'm going to pick number 3, and then show him the note that you got from his dead corpse. Yeah, that's correct. Select that. Once this happens, he's going to read it over. This means you're locked in for a quest completed. You get some experience points. No alignments hits of anything. No more towards good, more towards evil, more towards law or chaos. None of that. You get 350 experience and the quest is done. So we are done with that quest. So what is next is Immediate Revenge. If you do not want to take any good path or something like that, don't turn in the note. Hold on to it. Now, since I'm lawful good, we're going to turn it in. So if you want to turn this in, simply go ahead and say talk about something else, talk about Polter's Fort, and then number 4 about the merchant and show the evidence. He's going to see it. He's not going to be happy. He'll take the note from you. You get 100 experience points for an next advancement in the quest. Here's the deal. You're not going to be able to do it until the second jousting tournament. So once she is there, that is when you do it. We'll get to that point after Castle Wyvern. So that is it for Thunderstone quests after you visit Polter's Fort. So next up is Castle Wyvern. So let's go ahead and talk about those quests. For the next part of this guide is Castle Wyvern. With the exception for Level of Lord, there's so many quests inside the castle. And also I didn't mention this, but if you equip a deity weapon or armor, at this point, because you have so much gold since you buy it, or if you're real lucky finding it, you get a quest that's there and it's instantly complete. Plus, you get a nice buff out of it too. Depends if it's weapon or armor. For example, the sword tier, since I'm a tier worshiper, I get a +1 extra, which is good. Now, here's the deal. We're going to go ahead and do for Level Lord. You're going to need some form of ale, spirits, or I think it's called Hardlack spirits. It's a special liquor that's in Thunderstone all over the place on the ground. You're asking, why do I need a special drink, or at least a drink? Well, the fisherman will want a bribe. So in order to advance the next step, or at least know the location and the target you're facing, the white stag, you need to go ahead and talk to this guy. So that's what we're going to do at this point, and let's go ahead and go through the conversations. He's also going to give you more information about the castle too. I'm going to go ahead and select the Herdtail Spirits. Like I said, once again, it's in Thunderstone all over the ground. I found I think 2, maybe 3 of them throughout my playthrough. Very common. If not, I believe you could buy them at the inns too. So we gave him the drink, and he gave us a stone. I feel like the stone is story related, so keep a hold of that. It's really important, so let's go ahead and do that. And he's drinking. Now, he's going to give you some information. If you say you mentioned a mythical beast, that is the white stag. He's going to tell you all about it. He tells you have to cross a chasm, which we're going to do. We have to have a rope. Yes, bring rope. You're going to need plenty of rope. Don't worry about losing your rope. We'll get to that in a few moments. So after we talk to him, we got a nice step for the love of a lord. So we're already nailing some steps. So let me go ahead and get everybody together. Okay, let me get her to identify the thing first. She can't do it. Anyways, go north of the hut. And this is where your rope comes in. Don't worry about losing the rope, because when you get back, you get the rope back. It's just secured somewhere where we could go across safely. There you go. We're going to go ahead and also, I'm going to say this, make a save, because the white stag is real quick. You're going to need a form of speed, boost of speed if you're real lucky. I don't know if it's in this module, or a potion of speed. So I drank a potion of speed. Here's the deal. You cannot hit the white stag more than I believe 4 or 5 times, otherwise you'll damage the pelt. If you one-shot it, that's fine. I think fire and ice might ruin the pelt, I'm not certain. But if you can't, go with a pure mundane weapon. If not, the one with Sonic is good enough. So I did 1 hit. The white stag's hide is perfect. One left thing to do is go back to Thunderstone. We're going to go ahead and return to the chasm, and there, we got our rope back. Have another set of rope there in case you really don't get it back. In fact, have some extra items, have a few tinder boxes too to help you out. So we're getting back to Thunderstone. I'm going to skip all the other stuff from in between and get to Furniture's Fate. That's where Jenny is at. Now, you could demand for compensation for the hide. Since I am lawful good, I would not do that. I think the compensation might be an evil act or something, I'm not certain. But still, we're going to go ahead and give her the hide. She helped us out early with the family grave quest. And I feel like since I am a lawful good character, time to return the favor. And so we're going to go ahead and do it. She likes it if it's perfect. Now, if it's damaged, she won't want it at all. So since we one-shot it, it's good. And we got 2 points in alignment of good. Now, I think you can offset that and say, I want something in return. It's up to you on that, but as I say, it was nothing. And because of that, since I'm doing the lawful good path, the quest is now complete. So for the next part of this guide, we're going to go ahead and talk about is piracy. There's a step I'm going to go ahead and go over. For the main quest, piracy, I normally don't put main quests in a guide like this that involves side quests. However, I felt like I need to put this in because of one reason. There's an option. This is an optional step. Now, if you're not good in any shape or form, and you want to work with Valito or make a deal with them, or better yet, you're evil, then just use my timestamp, skip to the Helm of the Deep, and do what I did exact opposite, and play Let's Make a Deal with Valito, yeah, or a landlord. So first thing you want to do is get in this room I showed you early on in this part of the quest guide. Grab the barrel of oil if you want to destroy the ship. Since I am lawful good, yeah, that ship needs to go down. Now, after you clear out the ship, I advise clearing everything out before doing this. You want to do is make sure your companions stay put, just in case something happens to them. So we're going to loot everything up. Yeah, make sure you loot everything up. Once you're done, drop the barrel down with the tinder box. Yeah, you're going to need a tinder box for this. If not, go get one. Then you say use tinder box, light it up, and move away. And what will happen is the ship will be on fire. That means Valito's operation of piracy is done and over with. You're kind of forced to fight him at this point, but that's alright if you're good. Now, if you're evil, don't do this at all. Like I said before, use my timestamps to skip towards the Helm of the Deep step. Now we're done with that update. For the next part, we're going to talk about the Helm of the Deep, Part 1. We're going to go ahead and cover the Helm of the Deep, all 3 locations. This is location number 1. You're going to need this in order to get to the Infernal Puzzle solution. Please note this is very important. It is exactly northwest of the pirate ship that you saw destroyed, or in your case, if you're evil, you left it alone. Now, it's very simple. It's the same way where you go to go underwater. Yes, you're going to need this for underwater. If any party members does not have it, they get the drown effect and eventually die of drowning. So you want to do is open up this iron box, and once you get the Helm of the Deep. There's a total of 3 of them. We're going to get all 3 of them for this guide, so that is number 1 of 3. So let's go ahead and get the second one, shall we? We are now at the second location for the Helm of the Deep. So when you get to this level with the huge giant green crystal, this is where you need to be at exactly. Now I marked it on the map so where you begin your search for a hidden door. You guessed that the second Helm of the Deep is inside of a chest in a room that is hidden. So you want to go past this area. There's the keeper. Yeah, talk to the keeper definitely, because there's 3 quests you will definitely get that are puzzle related. So what we're going to do is go ahead and attempt to search. This might take a while depending on how well your search skill is. Mine is almost non-existent, but I do have Kathyrn in the party. Sometimes she triggers it. For some reason you have Godfrey in your party still, then you'll be able to have him search since he's a half-elf. Elves have a better chance of searching for hidden doors than any one of us who don't have that. So we just found a hidden door. There you go. We're going to go ahead and go into it. Now, if I remember correctly, one or both chests are trapped, so make sure you have Kathyrn in your party. She is really useful. She'll get things opened up nice and safe. So go ahead and wait until one or both chests is opened up. And there is your second Helm of the Deep. That is 2 down. Now we're going to go ahead and need 1 more. So for the next part of this guide, we're going to get the third Helm of the Deep and do a step for the Piracy Quest. Since I am lawful good, we're going to do that path. So let's go ahead and get to that part of the guide. We are now at the third Helm of the Deep. Also, there's a step for the Piracy Quest update. So I'm going to go ahead and tie 2 of these together. So you're on the upper floor of the Castle Wyvern Water. This is where you need to be at. So what we're going to do is going to go inside and talk to Valito. Now, if you didn't destroy the pirate ship, this is the guy you make the deal with. since he's responsible for all of the piracy in the area. So while we're going to talk to him, Kathyrn's going to do is disarm not one but two traps. One that's before the treasure chest. The other one is the treasure chest where the Helm of the Deep is exactly at. So since I didn't, make a deal with them, I'm forced to fight him. Yeah, I destroyed the pirate ships. You're going to face him. He'll have ads coming in. Take out the cleric if you can first. And then take out Valito. Otherwise, just take out any other ads too. It's not a hard fight. Make a save before doing all this, by the way. Because the ads could wipe out Kathyrn very easily. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the conversation and bring it on. So let's go ahead and defeat him. Then we'll claim our prize. This is the most important Helm of the Deep since it's the final one. Yeah, we're going to need all three for a puzzle like I mentioned before. So let's go ahead and take this fool out. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, he's already knocked down. A few more hits and he should be dead. There's his ads and we'll easily dispatch him. There you go. Cleric's about to go down, followed by the pirate captains. Those are the hardest ones. So we'll go ahead and have Kathyrn hit that disarm button, which she did do. And they look like he didn't drop his weapon, but still, they're all dead. So once you clear the area out, unless you made a deal, of course, then the next prize, well, besides, in my case, looting up the quartz, is we're going to get the keys. Yeah, those pirate keys will open up anything that's locked in this dungeon. There's plenty of them, don't worry. Is open up the chest. Inside, not only is a bag of holding, which is real nice, but the Helm of the Deep number 3. This is the third and final one. So you, at this point, once you have all three, immediately equip that for everyone. It's a decent helm anyway, especially if you're a caster. And there you go. There's one down, and once we equip all three characters with it, we're basically immune to drowning, so we cannot drown in the underwater area. So we're going to finish up the last equipping of the helm. Then I'll show you the location on where the first key is at. Yeah, the Keystone. We're going to go ahead and go there now. We have all three Helms of the Deep, so we're going back to where you got the first Helm of the Deep at, and this time we're going underwater. Before doing that, equip everybody with a Helm of the Deep each. Reason being is it's underwater and there's the drown effect, and if you keep on going, since you are moving slowly, then what will happen is you'll die. So definitely make sure everybody has those equipped. We'll go on down. Yeah, see the water already? Yeah, it's almost filled. So let's get everybody to get together. Then just simply go down further. Now, once we're down, it's just straightforward. You'll move slowly, though. You'll face sharks and other water-type creatures. And I will not show you the way because it's just really straightforward. But still, now you have Helm Deep on. Everybody make a save because you may never know what will happen. So always save often and early. So what I'm going to do is skip to that and then get to the part where we're at towards the end. And yeah, I'll show you on the map where you need to go next. So now we just made it. So what we're going to do is go up now. And yeah, and then get to the other side. Yeah, you see in the basement area when you did visit the castle here, there's lasers you couldn't get there. Well, this underwater way will actually get you through the entire thing with ease. So let's get out of the water like I just did. Open the door and we're going to get to the mirrors. You're asking, why are we getting to the mirrors? Well, there is a puzzle. You know those lasers? Well, the mirrors will solve that puzzle with ease. So let's go out this way until we reach the mirrors. There's some kind of obelisk there. We cannot open that door until we get rid of the yellow lasers. Even Kathyrn tell you sorry. And there is the mirrors. Go ahead and grab both mirrors. Do not destroy it all. Listen to Edgar. He'll tell you a strange place about the mirrors. Same thing with Kathyrn too. Go ahead and loot the mirrors. Both of them. You're going to need two. So let's pick both of them up. There's one. It's not that heavy, so don't panic. There's two. So what we're going to do is go to the first set of lasers. Not hard to do. Now, once you do drop the mirror on the lasers, you get to go through the section. This is like another shortcut. So that means you could get out of here without going underwater again. If you want to, you can remove the Helms of Deep. I'm going to decide to keep it on there for the entire dungeon until I'm 100% done with it. Then I just get rid of them. So let's drop this here. And what will happen is there you go. The laser gets deflected. In fact, there'll be a red laser up ahead. See? Yellow turns to red. It's pointing towards one of the notches that'll open up the door. So we just went through now. No harm, no foul. We don't get blocked, so that's good. Now we're going to go ahead and drop the second mirror down. We could drop it anywhere near the lasers. It'll be another way through. Let's drop it there. And there you go. Laser number 2. So we got both lasers now pointing. And that door will open up now. So we just unlocked the door. This is a double-decker door. So we will open it. And once we're there, the Keystone is in the room. There's a whole bunch of snakes there. So buff up like crazy. And we're going to go ahead and clear them all out. Yeah, they should be spawning any second. Gold Cobras. We'll defeat them. They're not that hard since everybody's way above them. So we'll annihilate them. After that, go ahead and grab your Keystone. This will complete the Infernal Puzzle Quest too. So let's make sure everybody's there. Yeah, Edgar's not fighting. He should have been, but oh well. He's a little bit lazy in this guy. I'd like to apologize for that. Let's loot the pedestal up. And you'll see a quest complete. And there you go. That is 1 of 3 Keystones we need. Before we go for the other 2 Keystones, let's get the final weapon shard. That's the next part of the guide. And here we go on the location. While you're in the first Keystone room, here's the deal. There's another, you guessed it, weapon shard. This is the final one for Weapon of a True Knight. So it is hidden, so make sure you go over here. This is the spot. Took me about 5 to 10 minutes to do. And this is the final one. This is highly missable for the reason that you're not going to come back to this part of the castle once you're done with the main quest story that relates to the area. So we're going to go in. Now be careful, there are traps in here sometimes. Yep, see, there is one trap. Have Kathyrn go ahead, disarm it. And then one of the treasure chests will actually have the shard. Let's go ahead and have Kathyrn open it up for us. Should be no problem. Let's see if it's in this one. If not, it's definitely in the other one. So definitely before you leave, get this shard. You want all 4 because you're going to make a powerful weapon. Now later on in this guide, I'll show you what that weapon is. At least one of them. And there you go. We got it and we're done. We got the weapon shard. So that is 4 of 4 now. So we're basically done collecting shards. So let's go ahead now and get some more Keystones. We are now on the second Keystone. This is the same level that you face off Valito and got yourself the 3rd Helm of the Deep. This is exact location, and we're on the Chapel Room quest. This is the room right here. It looks a little bit mysterious. Don't panic at all. In fact, I'm going to say this at this point. The most easiest of the 3 Keystones to get. I actually got that one last by mistake. Thought it was another dangerous area. It is really not. So while we're talking to our companions briefly, let me explain on the mechanics of this room. Do not go near the mushrooms, because if you do, you could get disease or poison. Unless you're a paladin, you're immune to disease, or if you're a high-level monk, you're immune to both. So here's the deal. We're going to go ahead and kill these cobras. They could cause diseases. And you're going to see why in a bit. Let's go ahead and take these fools out quickly. Yep, see, there it is. And let's go ahead and cure that. Since I do have a good healing skill, I should knock that disease out really quick. Now, up ahead in, I think, a chest, yeah, after you kill another set of cobras, is the second Keystone. This one's really simple, really easy to get. Let's go ahead and grab it. Get the 100 gold coins, and that's Keystone number 2 out of 3. You're going to need all 3 Keystones before moving on. And that's it for Keystone 2. Let's go ahead and go after the 3rd one. We're on now the final Keystone, another quest, Wyvern on the rooftop, you guessed it. Now this is the exact location where you want to be. This is the same area we found the chapel and the gateway to the second Keystone. This one I'm going to probably say is the second most easiest to do, because all you have to do is just clear out a nest of Wyverns. That's not that hard with your party. I decided to open up the adjoining rooms together, so this way I'll show you the map just briefly. So once you're on the roof, there's a whole bunch of Wyverns. They're not bad to kill. Now, if you're first to attack, then Kathyrn does a sneak attack. And it's a great way to quickly wipe out all these foes. So, like I said before, clear them all out. That's very simple. Then loot the bone pile. That's where the Keystone is at. Real easy, really simple. Sometimes they do hit hard, but not to a point where you have to go, oh my god, I gotta heal right away. No, it's not that bad. And yes, you could do critical hits against them, number 1, and you could do sneak attacks against them, so it's all good. And do watch out for their poisonous tail too. You get poisoned, go ahead and use a healing kit or an antidote potion or any form of magic to cure that. Unless you're a monk, of course, a very high level monk, then you're immune to that nonsense. So we got about one more. Yeah, sometimes they're very annoying by just appearing and disappearing by flying away. That's the annoying thing, but other than that, it's not bad to defeat. So we'll go ahead, hopefully finish this one off once and for all, and that should do it. And a few more hits, and it flew away. And don't forget to get the Wyvern blood in case you want to use that for weapon of a true knight. It's one of the components you do need. So let's go ahead and take this one out, and voila, it's gone. So go to the bone pile, or bones, as it says in the game. Get your final keystone. That is it. Wyvern on the rooftop is complete. Now you have all 3 keystones. So for the next part of this video guide, it's the final quest for the castle. Actually, it's a whole bunch of puzzles we're going to go ahead and solve together. For the Mythallar part of the quest, it's normally a main quest. However, there's some puzzle steps, and reason being is it will not be easy if you rush into it. You're going to need a horse. This is very important to know this. The horse will actually get you through one of the puzzles and get you through the rest of the area real quickly. You also want to make a save before doing this too. In fact, you want to make 2 saves at this spot and after you get the crystal ball. So we're going to go in the portal. There you go. Now the sign will warn you. It says, go back, my foolish servant. See, that bird just died. And yeah, if any of your companions, for example, touch it, it's 500 damage. If you touch it, it's 500 damage. So pull the lever. The sword stop. That means everybody's freely to go through. Immediately interact with the boulder while you're on your horse and say, tie your horse to the boulder and drag it. That goes bye-bye. So we're going to try to do now as quickly. Get everybody... Wait, we can't now. So we're going to just freeze everybody here. And then myself, we could go back. Yes, you could go backwards, not forward when the swords are twisting. So there you go. We got the swords already. Now, if you want to go ahead and pause, and then, of course, have everybody follow you. Because for the next part, you're going to be facing an Earth Elemental. By yourself, it cannot be easy. And yes, they will slow you down. If you have a potion of speed, you'll negate the slowness. So let's go ahead and take out the Stone Guardian. It's really Earth Elemental, but still, it's not that hard. Yeah, Edgar's watching us. Let's go ahead and get him into the action too. Now, once the Stone Guardian is dead, that's the second part of the puzzle. There'll be fire elementals. What we're going to do is, once again, is freeze everybody at this spot. So let's go ahead and do it. And then what I'm going to do is try to get this going. And I think the swords might be coming up. Yep, there's the swords right there. It's spinning. So some fire elementals will come, not once, but twice. I decided to speed this up, so this way I'm going to try to trigger the puzzle. Also get the elemental get killed. Yeah, the fire elementals are a lot easier to wipe out. So you want to go back to the start, since you can go backwards with the sword, not forward when they're spinning, and flip the lever. Now at this point, if you want to, you can speed through the entire thing, and then get everybody on the other side. Once you do, that means you completed the puzzle. You have to kill one more elemental though. It's a fire one. It's not that hard. So let's go ahead and get everybody together. There we go. The pause method. We're going to go through the sword. Now, if anybody dies with the sword, they'll spawn back. This is the only thing that's good about this puzzle. And there you go. There's a fire elemental. We'll wipe it out quickly. It shouldn't be too hard. Just a few hits and it's gone. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get to the other side, see if I could draw the sucker there. If not, at least my 2 party members will destroy him. See, it's about to die. And a few more hits, they got it. The sword's spinning, so at this point, it's alright to get your party members killed off. They will spawn right where you're at. So once we, see, there's the 500 damage. So once we get everybody together this way, the next part is not that hard. So here's the deal. You're going to need to match the stones with the proper color lights. It looks a little bit different than your inventory, but still, I'll show you how to do it. So first one to do is yellow, aka gold. We're going to go ahead and look for the color similar to it. That's this one there. Grab it, we'll drop it off. That is number 1. Number 2 is the white. Let's go ahead and interact with it. And let's see here. And that would be is this one here. It looks great, but that's close enough. So far so good. That is 2 down, 1 to go. And the third one, you know where it's at. Now, when you get the crystal ball, make sure you dismount, then go grab it, and then mount again. Here's the deal. there's a choice with the crystal ball. If you decide to destroy it, then of course someone will not be happy. You'll see who that is. And if you want to use the crystal ball as a bargaining chip, now if you're destroying it, that's more of like a lawful good action. I decided to destroy. I'm not going to show that. That's kind of like a big deal, but still, destroy if you're lawful good, or better yet, if you're good. If not any of those alignments, then yeah, you can use it as a bargaining chip for you know who, and you'll get some. We'll keep that a secret. So that's it, basically for all the quests for Castle Wyvern area. So we're going to go ahead and get to the last part of this guide, and the last area you could definitely quest it up in the game via side quests. Now we're back at Thunderstone after casting Wyvern, and this is before the second Jousting tournament. If you already talked to Kathyrn many times, go back to Wyvern, do the ambush, get some items. Now, you want to do beforehand, get craft weapons at 10 at least via items, unless you already have it, then go to the next step. Now, the gloves that have my character gives you some craft weapons. Now, Intelligence Ring will boost up craft weapons big time too. And another thing, there's an amulet that gives you +5 in craft weapons. So you definitely need 10 total before doing this. You're asking why is that? Well, there's some modifiers for you to do crafting weapons. So right now we're going to talk to the smith and we're going to craft a weapon. We're going to go ahead and go through the whole ordeal and show the backpack. Now I have a few items. I decided to do the Bodok's Tooth. I felt like that's best for me personally. Now the other ones are good too. There's Wyvern blood, that's nice too. If you have the unicorn horn, that's a real good one too. Decided to keep that. First of all, when you craft, pick an adamantite. You're asking why is that? It gives you 5 instant points, and of course crafting. Number 2, pick your weapon as a weapon focus. Since I'm a longsword user, I'm doing that. Another step, pick 4. If you pick 4, it'll get more into the crafting. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Bodok's Tooth, and then you want to help her out because at this point, with all the selections of adamantite, the 4 shards, and the 10 in craft weapons, that's about 20. In other words, you're going to get a very good tier. Now, if you have a higher number in craft weapons, you're going to get much better than what I have. So, we're going to go through the sequence using all 4 of our shards to craft, you guessed it, a very nice +4 longsword with some whole bunch of stats on it. So, we're working together, me and the blacksmith. I should say weaponsmith or armorsmith. Whatever, this smith is kicking butt, making our weapon, and we're helping out. See, we'll get through this nice sequence. Once we're done, then basically the Weapon of a True Knight quest is complete, and we have the most powerful weapon in Wyvern Cormyr module, which is a very good one. Now, if you ever bring in the Neverwinter Knights Hordes of the Underdark, enchanted at 10, it's like a real good weapons. So there you go. We got the weapon done. All that stuff is finished. And I'm going to go ahead and show you off what did I get exactly. Let's see here. Where is it at? It should be somewhere. And there you go. Reforged Longsword. And it's +4 since I have undead damage bonus. That's why I picked it. Ability Drain Strength. That's nice. We get some other uses too. So that's about it for Weapon of a True Knight. So we're going to go ahead and do the next quest, which is Piracy. I normally do not touch up on the main story quest for this unless there's a reason. This reason is you could actually miss out on turning it in. In other words, it'll be dead in your journal, which is not good at all. I did a test run of that. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I had to refilm everything just to make sure for this that episode, make sure I turn it in. So first of all, hit the option number 2 I did. Then the next option was I have news regarding the pirates. Then select the one there. Now this will actually go ahead and complete the Piracy main story quest, and you'll get the experience once you do it. Now if you decide to advance the story, you won't be able to do this once again, so make sure you do this before actually advancing the story. And that's about it really. So let's go ahead and get the final quest of the video, Imelda's Revenge, completed. We're on the final quest, Imelda's Revenge. Remember that note from Polter's fort? Well, that's going to come into play now. It depends on how you dealt with it with Sir Hawkland. If you didn't turn the note at all, you could do some evil ways to turn this in. Now, since I'm lawful good, I already turned this in to Sir Hawkland. We're going to go ahead and select option number 2. You can also do option number 3. Say, yeah, you destroy the base 2, you get that quest completed, and she'll be very happy on that too. Instead, I'm going to get her arrested since she is working with the forces of evil. That's not cool. Now, there is a dialogue check in this. That's correct, everyone. This dialogue check, I'll probably say use your one you want to use. I'd say do persuade since it's like you come with us peacefully. Otherwise, you could cause commotion, and yeah, it looks like you probably have to fight her guards. I decided to do persuade. That's why I said save before doing this, and boom, we got it right. So we're now going to the Crown Office. So we'll skip to that now. This is where he did turn the note. You could also try to weasel you away by saying, yeah, blame on Sir Hawkling if you want to. Since I'm lawful good, I'm not going to do that at all. I'll go ahead and tell the truth and bring her in. Now, by doing this method, it's a great way to complete the quest, which is Immedia's Revenge. It says quest complete right there. And there you go. And now she's going to be afraid of the mage. So that's the good news for her. Well, actually for us, but still. Bad news for her. So that quest is now done. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about the final advice. And here we go. With Imelda's Revenge done, guess what? You're basically done with all the side quests. There's some quests left in the journal. However, all that will be revealed towards the end of the module. It'll be all completed. Now, please note there's one more puzzle at the end, but that's too simple. And that's the end game. I don't want to spoil it. Just use my walkthrough to get through that puzzle real quick. Or ask me in the comment section. So anyways, here's some final advice before I do end the video. Make sure you save often and early because you may never know. You don't like the dialogue or if it's against your alignment. Yeah, go ahead and use that system. Also, make sure you have enough gold on you. At least about 1,000 to 2,000 pieces of gold. You get that more common later on. Do the treasure map side quest before entering Thunderstone. You're asking why is that 600 gold pieces starting out in Thunderstone is really nice. Other than that, do side quests like crazy. Use my timestamps in the video guide so this way you know when to do them and when you should finish them before moving on. Other than that, have some real fun questing in this module. It's a great quest system in it. And one more thing, play your alignment. You get rewarded for that and use your skills. You definitely get rewarded for that too. Well, everyone, this is it for my Neverwinter Nights Edition Wyvern Cormyr side quest video guide. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching. Have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more Neverwinter Nights or Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition builds, walkthroughs, guides, and more videos just like this. If you love what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left-hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left-hand corner. Have a great day or night, and do roll a 20.